dari semacam ya semacam
Hi, this is an exploration done by myself, Nick Stevens, and Musa Shorstad, looking at what it might mean if we revisit simple speaker technologies. So a speaker is essentially a magnet and a conductive coil. And if we place that coil on a soft fabric, maybe we could look at having transportable speakers in bags or clothing or other sorts of fabrics, or possibly in this case we could start adding graphics to the speakers themselves. This simple one here looks at utilizing the antenna from an RFID tag as a speaker coil, so maybe incorporating the two, speakers and RFID tags. And this one here is simply a woven copper speaker with a paper mache sound box. And we have other samples here, such as crocheted variants.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Joseph. I'm going to talk about the first exhibit in this project, which is the energy exhibit, which is talking about rethinking energy production and storage. And this is a mock-up for a 3D printed optical solar cell using volumetric, locally produced and fabricated using benign chemistry in order to make three-dimensional solar cells that can capture larger spectrum of sunlight and more energy per surface area. And then next, we're talking about a fabrication device that produces batteries, local scale and manufacturing of batteries that can be grown using algae and chitosan biopolymer, which basically is based on the technology that exists today. And it's just a mock-up as a product designer to think about what is possible in terms of how we can imagine the future. Hi again, this is the second project which deals with the theme of water, planetary freshwater and seawater, and this is an experiment, sort of a quick experiment about electrified coral reefs, where you use low voltage electricity in order to create artificial structures and electrolytic structures on 3D printed or carbon fiber composites, which help create the substrate or structure strong enough to be able to help plant new coral populations in order to rehabilitate coral growth. And this being a net carbon capture system may make it possible to have low energy systems for coral reefs to be rehabilitated, seawalls. Then we have biomining, which is a biological means of mining resources, metal and minerals. So this is based on research that's been done at NASA and ESA. Instead of using it to create minerals in outer space, in Mars, we bring it back to Earth and we replace industrial mining in order to create really high quality rare earth minerals, which we are running out of, and we don't have to go out into space, and we could actually participate in local fabrication and production. So that's about what. Okay, hi again, and this is the last theme of the project, the research project, talking about land and soil. So this is an artifact in a future where you have volunteer citizen scientists who go out into something called climate resilience zones, which is rethinking how we develop terrestrial ecosystems and urban spaces, making cities more livable. So what would happen if you had local expertise talking about bringing in the forest from outside into the cities, and then regenerating the soils in order to create agroforestry regions where you have forest and food production together. And so these are discussions about what it means to bring back that biodiversity, terrestrial ecosystems, and talking about how do we see these old growths, which are known to be much more productive at capturing carbon when it comes to and regenerating soils and bringing back biodiversity. So these are the three concepts that actually talk about seeding, talking about bringing back industrial production or local scale manufacturing back into ecological systems. Thank you for that.